Hello and welcome, my name is Dehalov, and today I'll be showing you my Ogdoadic Dino deck profile that I've been working with for the past few months. As you can see, this was meant to be a November deck profile, based on the name up here, but it's been pushed. I've been working on multiple builds, and I've also been very busy with school, but none of that's important. Today we have a build, and I'm very happy with it. Right off the bat, I want to say there are quite a few one-ofs in here, and that means this build can brick. If you run into that, then I am not insanely surprised, but I really like the ceiling on it, and so I feel like the risk of running into these unplayable, unsolvable bricks is worth it. We have so much gas, we have so much extension, and we have really great, awesome, full power boards. And obviously you don't always want to look at the best case scenario only, but when the best case is this good, it's hard not to get greedy. So, what is this deck? It is a combination of Ogdoadic and Dino, which I have done before, but it is doing a few different things. First, it is leaning into the new Evol support, looking to make use of that Evo Singularity and cheat out the Evolsaur Lars, which is just a crazy monster. 2 kind of Omni negates targeting, doesn't have to target the thing that activated. It's really good. A small note, he's got kind of low attack points. You'll notice that playing this deck, you kind of have low stats all around. That's where this guy comes in. As usual, Tyranno fills the role of a giant boss monster, and I really like how svelte this package is. We have the Tyranno, the Misk, and the Pill and Archosaur. It sounds like a lot, and it kind of is, but they are all pretty freestyle. They can mix with other cards in the deck as well. So, enough preamble, let's go over each card in the list. First, we have one Ultimate Conductor Tyranno to be summoned off of our Pill. This is a monster we don't want to see, but we don't hate either, but we only need one. One Alert and Curse, these are the main parts of our Ogdoadic combos, and the monsters that are going to do the most work in most of our games. They're going to be our rank 8 engine. One Xeno Meteorus, this is meant to come down and be searched off Fossil Dig so that we can get some cheeky Barone plays. He's a level 6 tuner, Barone's a 10, we have a lot of 4s. Miscellaneousaurus, this is in here because Leos can send a fire dinosaur from deck to grave. If we use Leos to send Misk, Misk searches out our Archosaur, and our Archosaur searches our Pill, which in turn evolves something into the Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. So, Misk is really cool. We have Leos, who allows us to make Xyz plays, as well as set up our graveyard. He can send Yugioh from our deck to the grave, or other fire dinos. One Zoha, this is to fix your hand. This is to get things out of your hand that you don't want, and to facilitate the Nunu combo, which I've talked about in another video before. One Night Sword Serpent as an additional reptile and another free body. Something really cool I learned while playing this deck is that Night Sword Serpent has a really fun interaction with Ogdoadic Daybreak, where a Night Sword Serpent used in a previous turn, because you can only use one per turn, can be sent back to the deck with Daybreak and then sent to the grave immediately to resummon itself. This is kind of a little loop, a free level 4 over and over. Great for extension, and also just a nice level and everything. Something else to note, because we have Synchro potential, it is also a water, and so Adamancipator Dragite is something to consider. We have 3 Naya, the best Ogdoadic monster, and the one who you want to start all your Ogdoadic plays with. 2 Nunu, still good, but the Nunu Zoha combo isn't nearly as good as the Naya Curse combo. 3 Ash Blossom, gotta stop those branded fusions, and obviously other things Ash stops. 2 Yugioh, these synergize really well with your Daybreak. This is your favorite thing to Daybreak. 3 Droll, searching is really good. Droll stops searching, Droll is really good. 1 Animadormed Archosaur. As I've said before, this searches Pill, but in this reptile-focused build, I will often use this to search Naya even if I don't have Pill in hand. This card is far more flexible than it looks. This is not just a Pill card. 3 Snake Rain. The 1 Water Lily. I did try other ratios, but I still just like the 1. It's not really a starter, it's an enabler and extender, and I like it at 1 because it's searchable with Naya. 2 Triple Tactics Talent. This deck really doesn't like interaction. Imperm still hurts obviously, but Talent really helps when you get hit by that hand trap and you have no more gas. And sometimes the opponent only had 1 hand trap, so being able to play through that's really important. 1 Pill. We don't want to see too many of them, we don't have that many dinos, but 1 is really nice for getting out that Conductor Tyranno near the end of our turn. 3 Fossil Dig. This is to search out our Leos, so we have a normal summon. In addition to, if we already have Leos and we're going to go for the Misk play to destroy our Leos and search out the Pill, or another monster, it's really nice to search Meteorus here, because if a card is destroyed by battle or card effect, it'll special summon itself, prepping itself, lining itself up for that Barone play. 1 Called by the Grave to stop nasty things like Droll and Ash. 2 Ogdoadic Daybreak to tribute our monsters and create bodies. This gives us a lot of extension, as well as very slight targeting dodging. It dodges imperm effects on cards like Naya, as well as Effect Veiler. And lastly, we play 1 Evo Singularity. This is set from deck with our Leos, and this allows us to cheat out the Evolsaur Lars in our extra deck. Speaking of the extra deck, we have 1 Baron to be summoned off of the Xenometeorus, as discussed. 1 Zeus. This can be summoned while in the grind game. Oftentimes you'll crash with an Xyz monster, it'll stick around and not have much of a job. Bam, Zeus, now it's got a job. Druglubion, this is great for rank 8 plays. This is kind of the poster child of the deck. I feel like without Druglubion, this deck doesn't work at all, as Druglubion often leaves you ending on Hope Harbinger, who is a spell negate, as well as a monster with taunt. It allows you to make things target it, which is really important for cards like Masquerena, which we'll get to later. Because people just don't know about that effect. So don't gotcha, tell people about it, but don't baby your opponents either. Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand for that awesome monster negation, and also protection on your board, making things unaffected by other card effects. Evolsaur Lars for the crazy good negation. King of the Fair Limps to set up your plays when you have the Nunu combo and other flexible rank 4 options. Evolsaur Dolka, as with Leos, you can often tee yourself up for a rank 4 Fire Dino, so he's easy to summon most of the time. I just choose not to a lot, but maybe I should lean more into this card. We have our number 100 Numeron Dragon for that OTK. If your opponent has a monster with less than 1100 attack points and you've got this, you can go for lethal. Or with things like Echidna, you can go for lethal even if they don't have a monster that week. Underworld Goddess of the Closed World is a really cool board breaker. You have to go wide to get it, but it's an extra deck option, so you always have access to it. You just have to steer your build and your turn so that you have enough bodies to make her. Apollousa, this deck plays Dinos. Dinos go pretty wide. She's not usually at full power, but if you can summon her, she is usually 2 or 3 negates, and that's really good. Nightmare Unicorn, this is to be used in tandem with the Masquerena. I admittedly don't use this that often, but it's a nice Link 3 option to have. Masquerena to summon Link monsters on our opponent's turn and give them protection. This also allows you to summon Goddess on your opponent's turn, which is really nice. Echidna to turn monsters attack to 0. I don't often use her second ability. Being locked into reptiles is really bad for a mixed build like this, but despite that, as a can opener, I really like this card. It also helps you clean up any Nunus that are sticking around and kind of gumming up the works, making it so you can't summon except reptiles. And she's a Link 2, so she preserves her materials in that she has 2 materials in 1 if used for a Link summon. Lastly, Linkuriboh, as sometimes we have our Archosaur and we want it in the graveyard and we can't do that, or we can't find a use for it, and by the end phase it'll go away because it was often summoned off Misk. This is a good way to not waste a resource. This is a going first deck, so it shouldn't surprise you that the side deck is full of going second tools. We have 2 Lava Golem to clear wide boards, 3 Gamma Steel to clear less wide boards, 2 Lightning Storm and 1 Feather Duster to clear front row and back row respectively. 1 more Talents in case we feel like our opponent has a lot of interruption and that the extra talents will get us there. 3 Dark Ruler to break up really obnoxious monster focused boards. And for going first to make us even stronger, I like to take out the imperms and put in some judgments, as an Omni Negate is just too good to say no to. It's probably one of my favorite side deck cards that people never really seem to see coming. It's probably not that competitive, but it's one that I really like. Overall, as I said, this is probably one of the brickier builds I've put together, but it also has a crazy high ceiling. I really like what this deck is capable of, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have a good time playing it. I know uploads have been less frequent. I was finishing my master's degree, but I am done. I have finished my master's in business administration and will hopefully be getting back to monthly YouTube videos. I know it's not that often, and I know I don't have that many subscribers, but it means a lot that people watch these videos, and it's really fun to put these videos together. So I hope everybody had a great new year and a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday. Until next time, I'll see ya.